underway. You can kill my mind for flow, but I will flow. Hold me till I scream for air to breathe, and wash me over until my will runs dry. Send all your sins all over me, baby, baby.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? How y'all feeling? I hope all is well with you. So I'm back with another story time, child. We gonna get into this without further. Well, actually, before we get into it, please hit that like button, y'all. Should subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Push that notification bell too, so you're notified whenever I drop a video. And know that all things are alleged, in my opinion, for commentary purposes only. And did I say? Make sure you hit that like button. I know I gotta remind y'all because y'all be acting like y'all forgot. Y'all be acting like y'all be forgetting. So we gonna talk about this story time. This person is talking about her experience doing some time. Ooh, I couldn't even imagine being in that position. But we gonna let her tell her story. All right. So without further ado, we gonna bring the young lady to the stage and we gonna let her tell her story.
Hey, my love. So, I'm gonna give y'all a little story time, okay? And this probably be a part one. I'll probably try to make it all in this minute, this little one video. But anyway, okay, story time about the time I went to prison. For those of you that know, then you know. But yes, I did 4 years in the penitentiary. And in those 4 years, I'm gonna tell you the several units I've been to. Okay,
Not several.
I've been to Hilltop Unit. I've been to Mountain View. I've been to Crane. No, was it Crane? I think it's Crane, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's called Crane. What's another one? What was the other one? Oh, and Hobby. I've been to Hobby. I think I'm missing one more, but I don't know how to say it. I think it starts with an R. I'm not sure. But it's not far from Mountain View. Anyway, so yeah, I've been to those 5 or 6 units. So, and why I went to prison. So I was a runaway at the age of 15. I ran away from my mother's house. Typical girl shit, Father went to prison. Whatever. I just wanted to be in the streets, okay? Looking for love. Okay, we're gonna put it like that. Let's be real. So, anyways, in the midst of that, I wasn't in contact with none of my parents. Okay, none of my people, nobody. My father was in prison. Me and my mama wasn't clicking. Like, we had our ups and downs. Me and my grandma, ups and downs.
It'd be like that.
Yeah. Anyway, long story short. So I met this dude online on Twitter. So I met this dude, whatever, lied about my age. Let me start there. I lied about my age. Told the dude I was 18 or 17. I probably even told him I was 19. I don't know, because baby, if I show y'all how I looked at that age, at 15, mind you, I'm 15, you would have believed me. Okay, y'all know how this generation is. But anyway, so yeah, so I met this dude online. I think he was 20. Oh, he was over 22. Let's keep it real. He was over 22. Mind you, I'm only 15. But he thinks that I'm between 17 and 19. I can't remember what age I told him. I'm 25 now.
That's how dudes be getting in
anyway,
trouble.
So yeah, I met this dude, ran off with this dude. Didn't know shit about what I was doing. Barely knew how to take care of myself. Okay. Yeah. So met up with him. My mom filed to run away. The laws tapped into my computer, like that ass tapped into my computer. End up knowing where I was, finding the dude information. My mom ended up calling the dude, letting the dude know, hey, you with my 15-year-old runaway daughter. So he ended up dropping me at a gas station because she threatened that the laws was going to be at his door. So he ended up dropping me at a gas station, and I ended up getting on this POF app. I don't know if y'all heard about this, but I think it's Plenty of Fish. I don't know if that's still an ongoing thing, but at that time, that's what it was called, POF. So I ended up getting on that at the gas station like this quick, okay? I had pictures already on my phone, so I'm posting pictures. Ended up talking to this guy like within 30 minutes. Like, I was a risk taker. Like, honey, I would never do that now though.
I'm glad.
God, like, Lord knows. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he
But
definitely had.
anyway, so ended up talking to this guy, ended up telling this guy I was at the gas station. Yeah, my friends ditched me with the woo. I came up with this story. This is some real shit. Like, swear to God, no lie. Like, right hand to the man. This is God honest truth. So the guy put up on me, whatever. Mind you, this guy, he thinks that I'm in between the age 17 and 19 as well. So I met up with him. I'm still a runaway. Never went back home, even though my mom found out where I was and the laws was looking for me. So met up with him, doing my little 1-2-1-2. I didn't like him. I remember I didn't like him, and I don't know what the fuck happened. We got pulled over, I think. We got pulled over. They ended up running my name. Thought I was running away. Took me to juvenile. My grandma came, got me. I was there, no, I kid you not, no longer than 24 hours at my grandparents' house. Oh my goodness, why was I like this? So I was there no longer than 24 hours and met this guy, another guy, and told him, yeah, I think I told him I was 18. I remember this. I think I told him I was 18. Okay. And he's from Montgomery. He was from Montgomery County. Met up with him, ran away from my grandma's house. So mind you, she had to file another runaway. She had to file me as a runaway. So I'm a runaway again. So I met up with him. He took me all the way from Port Arthur, Texas. I was coming from Port Arthur, Texas at the time, because that's where my grandparents were staying. So, because my mama didn't want shit to do with me. Like, it was a repeated cycle with me. So she was like, I wash my hands, take her. So yeah, my grandma took control of it, whatever. So this guy came pick me up. We drove all the way to Montgomery County. Went to Montgomery County. I was with this guy, with the woo. Mind you, at the time, I skipped a little detail. At the time, I was the only one with a Camaro, because I was talking to this other guy at the time. RIP to him. He was ran over, but his name was Christopher Matthews. Somebody ran him over in Beaumont, Texas. But I was talking to this man, and he held me down my entire time in prison. He actually passed away when I came home. But anyway, so I was talking to him. He got me a car, so I actually had my own car. But I didn't have my car out here. He had bought me my car. It was in Houston, because that's where he was. Well, he was in Beaumont, but wherever he was working at doing little landscaping jobs, concrete jobs, that's where he was. So he had me a car out there. So bam, I was like, perfect. Doing Montgomery, perfect. I could go get my car, meet up with this guy. Oh, this is all tea for me. I'm barely turning 16 now. I'm 16 now. It's my birthday, if I'm not mistaken. It's after my birthday, like a couple weeks after my birthday. So I'm 16 now. So yeah, told him I was 18. So he ended up telling me, hey, you want to make some money? I'm like, yeah. But I'm 16 in the streets, don't have a job, don't know what to do. I didn't even start dancing yet. Yeah, that's another story. Yeah, we'll talk about that in another video. Anyway, so I'm like, yeah. So I was like, what I gotta do? He was like, you just gotta be a bait. I'm like, be a bait? What I gotta be a bait and do? He was like, I just need you to put something sexy on, walk down the street, and the Mexicans, just get the Mexicans' attention and go in the house and see, what they got going on in there. Like, because they be having weed, coke, money, like they were some big drug dealers, and this is in Montgomery. So I'm like, bet, okay, cool, I could do that. So I walk by, sure enough, they whistling. Mama Sita, whoop, come have a beer. If I'm not,
Listen, being a setup chick or a setup person, period, is dangerous. I could tell y'all a story. It's not mine, but something that happened in my hometown. Listen, the whole crew went down. It was crazy. But yeah. Look, I mean, granted, she was only 16, she said. You feel invincible to the world. So you ain't thinking about consequences or repercussions for your actions. You thinking about that quick money or, whatever it is that you want at that moment. But yeah, this is never the look. Ooh, she's lucky she made it out. Because people have gotten kidnapped for less too, because she was wildin'. Wildin'.
Mistaken, it was one of them fucking nasty ass Coronas,
Not
whatever the fuck them
Corolla.
shit says in a green bottle. Yeah. So I'm acting like I'm sipping that, mind you. I'm on my phone, but I'm taking pictures on the low, but I'm acting like I'm on my phone drinking beer, but I'm taking pictures of the dude. So when the dude's like, hey, you want to come in? I'm like, yeah, come on. I'm like, yeah, let's go. So we go in. Bitch, it's nothing but coke, hella fucking pounds of coke, money in the back. You can hear the niggas in the back talking. Close the door, it's like 6 niggas. Close the door, it's hella weed every day, hella weed everywhere. It's 20s, like big stacks of 20s, like 30,000, 40,000, all on the table. So I'm sitting there, bitch, and mind you, now they watching me because I got my phone out. So I'm hurry up and taking pictures and putting my phone up.
But they stupid because you got all that stuff up in there and you bringing a stranger, a perfect stranger up in there. You don't know who she was. She could have been 50. She could have been anybody. A setup chick. like she is. Like y'all are some criminals are just not that bright.
So the nigga texting, like he steady texting like, hey, you good? Because I wasn't in the house. That wasn't part of the plan. So I'm like, I had to take my phone out, and I'm texting, yeah, I'm good. A nigga asked me, the Mexican, like, hey, what you doing over there? Like, what you
Yeah,
doing over there?
now he's
You
looking
good? I'm like, yeah, shit, I'm
suspicious.
good. I'm talking to my folks, I'm good. So fast forward all that, I ended up leaving, ended up getting up out of there, telling them what's going on. Bam. Ended up setting it up, doing the same thing like that, meeting the Mexicans. They ended up letting me in. It was only 3 of them at the time. And mind you, it's like 4 or 5 of my partners, the nigga that I was fucking with. So bam, I text him, hey, it's a green light. Bam, they all go in. They beat one nigga with the iron steel bat, beat him. They thought he was dead. So long story short, they got away. I didn't because I was the only one with that Camaro car. Remember I told you I had a white Camaro, the cocaine white. I was the only one with that car. Damn. Long story short, I got pulled over, had to put my hands up. I was the only one in the car. They got away. They took me. They like, hey, tell me tell me who did this. We thought the nigga was dead. Who they hit with the iron steel, with the bat. He wasn't dead. He got up. He was just unconscious. He went to the neighbors. But anyway, if y'all want more, hey my love. So I'm gonna give y'all a little story time. Okay, and this probably be a part 1. I'll probably try to make it all in this little minute. Okay, so y'all wanted a part 2, so here it is. So we're on part 2 anyways. They pulled me over. Mind you, they was already out. Like, they had already got away because they got away through the back door. So mind you, they put me over, telling me, raise my window down, put my left hand out the door, take a 10 step back, put my hand up above my head. So keep in mind that when the officer came and arrested me, he yanked my shoulder, my right arm, dislocated it. In the midst of that, I turned around, punched him. So that's an assault. I broke his nose at that. So that was an assault. Okay, so bam, waited till the lady come to search me down. They took me to county. They like, we'll let you go. They talking to me. They telling me if I cooperate, they'll let me go because I'm 16. I can go back home to my mother. Right now I'm just under a runaway, and they know that they probably like forced to do what I did. With the woo. I'm like, I'm not having that. I'm not going back home because I done already got a taste of the streets. So I'm like, yeah, no, that's dead. I'm not telling y'all nothing. And I'm thinking that the nigga gonna have my back. So anyway, push forward. All right, bam. So I go to jail. I go to jail, I go to court. I go to court. Where I go to jail, I go to TYC. When I go to TYC, I go to court. When I go to court, they're like, I didn't have no paid lawyer or nothing. I had an appointed lawyer. So they're like, yeah, when you go to court, nobody was there. No family member or nothing. I was fucking with a CO that I met at TYC. So he went to court. They found out about it, so they fired him. So he ended up going to court with me because they didn't already fired him. They didn't found out about it. So he go to court with me and
Jeez.
they tell me that I got 8 years.
She's a
Well, that's the
tornado.
offer. 8 years. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Boohoo crying, I'm not doing that. So then I go back to TYC a year later. I'm a year, yeah, it was almost a year, probably like 8, 9 months. I come back, I go to court. The dude like, well, he got me a pay lawyer. So the lawyer go in and she like, well, he like, no, was it a he? No, it was a she. I'm like, the lawyer like, well, if I go back in there, they gonna raise it up instead of they gonna raise it up because they didn't drop it down when she came in there. They didn't drop it to 4 years. So I'm like, I can't do that. So they went from 8 to 4. I'm like, I can't do that for my first offense. Like, yeah, no, that's dead. So then they was like, well, if I go back in there, then the DA is gonna raise it up and whoop, whoop, whoop. So they called my mom on a little black phone or whatever. They called my mom. My mom wasn't there, but they called her and they told her what's going on. And she like, can I talk to my daughter? But she was on speakerphone. So I'm like, yeah, I'm listening. She was like, girl, you better do that 3 years. That's just 3 years. And you don't have to do the full 3 years. You could do that shit on the headstand and whoop, whoop, whoop. Your daddy doing 20. I'm like, yeah, no, can't do it. So mind you, the lawyer, like, if I go back in there, they're going to raise it up. They could double it. I'm like, oh no. But what they got me for, say all that, my original charge was the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, aggravated robbery, and then it was aggravated assault on the officer. They dropped all of that just because I did an assault on the officer. Their main focus for me was that. Like, they knew I didn't have nothing to do with the boy getting beat, robbing.
They
They
still would
knew
have
like
threw it on you.
I was there to be set up. They just wanted me to say it and they wanted me to snitch on the niggas, but I never did that.
See, when you don't snitch, they would have just threw everything on you, regardless whether they knew you took part or not. And actually, you technically did because you set it up. Some states, I don't know where she's at. Some states, you just as liable. If that person would have died, you would have got a red rum charge. But once you assault an officer, oh, they lose sight of everything else, and their goal is to get you for that at the very least. Like, they're getting justice for that. They don't be playing.
So now I get sentenced, I get sentenced 4 years for assault on an officer. They dropped the ag and all that. So they gave me that. So bam, I go back to TYC, then I got on chain to go to Hilltop. Mind you, I go to Hilltop. I'm at Hilltop for 2 months. I was at Hilltop for 2 months. I seen parole. I seen parole my first 2 months. And this old lady, I'll never forget, this old lady found out. She found out I was trying to make parole. So she was going around telling people that, and how you find out if if you've been in jail, you don't supposed to tell people you make parole, but they will look you up. I'm fresh meat. I'm pretty as hell. Everybody will know who I am, what I'm in there for. I'm not talking to nobody. So that old lady found out that I made parole because I got a lay-in that a parole visit. So I guess she called the people and found out, but she started threatening me like she was gonna slice my face, cut my face. So what I did was put a lock in the sock, beat that old woman up. Well, I busted her right eardrum. They G4'd me. They G4'd me, moved me from Hilltop to Mountain View. I was G4'd. I started acting a ass. Mind you, this whole time, did not hear from that dude. Didn't get a letter. Don't know if that man dead or alive. Don't know if his partner's dead or alive.
Damn.
Ain't heard from his mom. Ain't heard from nobody. Like, I'm honest to say, I probably should have snitched on the nigga. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Like, this is proof. They don't mean you no good. They'll let you sit there and do the time behind a crime they did or wanted to do or set up, and whatever the case may be. Granted, yes, she's the setup chick in the sense that she set the situation up, but he planned it, him and his boys. And for him to not even check on her, that's wild. That's wild if you ask me. But again, what's that saying? There's no decency against these or something like that. Whatever the saying is. Yeah. You can't expect much from them, truth be told.
But I didn't. But anyway, so yeah, so I go G4. While I'm doing all that, I started dashing the officers, flooding the rain, spitting at people. Like, I'm through a mesh gate, and I had a roommate at the time. Roommate ain't doing me shit though, but I'm trying to get the fuck away from. I'm just losing my mind. I'm already a year in the system. So then, bam, they G4 me to they G5 me from acting. They turned my water off for 3 days for doing all that with my water, flooding the run, dashing officer, just doing the most. They didn't feed me for a day, cut my water off for 3 days, literally cut just my water off. So didn't let me go shower for 3 days or nothing.
No one else
So
was
then bam,
going
they
to be
G5
punished
me,
for your
G5 me, put me in a
actions.
single man cell. I was in cell 24 by myself, top on, all the way in the back. And I did my last 3 years G5. And I did that. I switched units I went from Hilltop to Mountain View, from Mountain View to Crane, from Crane. It's another one. I want to say it's River. It started with an R, I think. I went from there. And then from there, they sent me back to Mountain View. Because Mountain View was a death row sentence. And that was the only sentence also that holded G5 people were there in Hobby. But because the officer that I dashed G5 was there, because I was dashing 2 when I was G5. So the officer that I dashed G5, they was still at that unit, so they had to UT me to Hobby. I was at Hobby unit, and I pulled chain from home, from Hobby unit. And that's how they went. But I did my full 4 years, like, yeah, full 4 years. Didn't get on no papers or nothing, like. But yeah, that's the story of how I went to jail.
Damn.
And to sum it up, yeah, I didn't snitch on them. No, I never heard from them, never got a visit. And you know what? I don't feel bad about it because it made me. I can honestly say it made me because I was doing a lot of hot girl shit and I needed to slow down. So, but if y'all want more stories, comment and like. I got a lot of stories. So I can definitely give y'all story times.
That's crazy. I mean, I'm not surprised she did the full 4 years because, honey, you wasn't getting out on good behavior. Like, you wasn't getting out on good behavior, boo. And that's like that's what sucks about the system. You have someone hating on you because they found out you got parole, and they're just trying to ruin your chances of getting out. So they start doing some old, like, stupid-ish to get you in trouble. Because once you get into a fight, you slash someone, all that stuff, you start getting new charges on you. So now you in there longer than you were supposed to be to begin with. All circling back to someone hating on you. Like, it ain't my fault I'm about to get out. You should consider what kind of crimes you commit. Or maybe just don't commit a crime. Like, your ass will be out too. Like, it's crazy. It sucks. But like she said, I'm glad she went through what she went through because it straightened her up. Like, some people need that. She was wilding. Like she said, she was losing her mind. And I could only imagine going from living a life of freedom to a life of people telling you, like, oh, this is what time you eating, this is what you eating, da 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 da. It would cause some people to tap out. It would. So I can see her losing her mind to the point where she's just acting out, cutting a straight fool. And, I mean, getting in more trouble. It sucks, but it is what a TI is, I guess. Damn. Damn. Moral of the story is, did I say that right? Moral. Moral of the story is, don't do crimes. Don't do no crimes. Stay your ass home. Go to school if you're school age. And go home. And get a job. Simple. Man, I'm telling you, being a kid is dangerous. Because being a kid, you be thinking you're invincible. That stuff catch up to you. Listen. I mean, y'all let me know what y'all think of this. Because this is crazy to me. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Keep the conversation going. Let me know. Make sure to like and subscribe. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Listen, I like chocolate girl, all shades, different flavors. She a diamond and a pearl. She a goddess with a mentor, yeah. Cinnamon swirl. She relate to what I've been through, yeah. Queen of my world.